Now to play Mega Man 9. Hello, Eternal Singer. Hello, Takata. I find it interesting that it automatically assumed I gave the photo to him, since that's what I chose last time. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh yeah, now I gotta go to the lighthouse. Right. This is my first time. In fact, I never even really heard of this game, Eternal Singer, until it was nominated for a premiere run, and I was like, okay. Sure. So I've seen this cutscene before, so we're gonna kind of skip the best. In fact, we can just hit this button, can't we? Yep, we can just hit that button. Proper skip options. Yeah, I went to look up a walkthrough for a little bit I was lost on earlier in her chapter 2, and I found one significant walkthrough. Just one.
What?
What is this?
Yeah, I've already seen this cutscene. Moving on. I'd ask why this was so under the radar, but then again, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I've never heard of the developers, and it was early PS3, which was when they were trying to sell the PS3 as hard as they could, which means they were going for the big name titles. This is like Pilot Wings on the SNES, to use a parallel. Hello, Shikor. Yeah, so, yeah, Warcadia, we know what Warcadia is. Wada 2. Or 1. Alright. Let's see how this world is this time around. I've also since discovered something. Apparently, even though you can do... Like, you could do just Ellen all the way up. Whoop. And then you could do... him all the way up. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. If you get to a certain point, you have to do both in order to progress at all. You have to have gotten both to the end, so... We might as well do this back and forth thing that we've been doing. Yeah, I know it's K. Kurtz, maybe? Ketz? Keats? It's K something. Let's go ahead and equip the Hawk on... let's do it here. Oh, that's right. The moves are different for him. I forgot about that. That's why it wasn't doing the same thing. Watch, we're secretly the last boss or something. We were the murderer all along. Dum, dum, dum. I don't know. I'm trying not to speculate too hard on the story. Well, I stand by what I mentioned earlier about the parody thing, Shikor. Although you probably weren't there for that, so... I would be surprised if you didn't hear me say it. You know what? There we go. I'm sorry, I really don't like this song for this level. Good news is, this is the last time we'll hear it, because, you know, after this we'll go to another realm. Basically, Shikor, several elements of the way the game is being portrayed leans it more towards comedy than not. In that kind of, you know, not full-on parody, but something that's deliberately cheesy, you know? What I tend to call Flash Gordon effect. Oh, speaking of which, Dakota, you might find this amusing. I discovered, I was looking up something with regards to the playables, and, you know, I mentioned the whole you have to do everyone to do the thing. Ellen's last name is Reed, spelled the same and everything. you presume that he is her father, all of a sudden this story just makes a lot more sense. What's funny is the timeline isn't that off, if you presume this is post-World War One. Or World War II, excuse me. Fast forward about 22 or so years, and here we are. It would also explain why she is so blasé about all this supernatural stuff. Runs in the family. Okay, I suppose I should explain that. For anybody who doesn't get the joke, there's a game called Vampire, which I kind of recommend. It's a good game. It's got its flaws. And the main character, Jonathan Reed, becomes a vampire in that game. That's not a spoiler. It's a vampire game that happens in like the first act. Anyways, so it's also set like on the tail end of the Great War. So, you know, about 20 years before this game. I should check that while I'm thinking about it. I know, right, Shikar? I always try to clarify when it's something that sounds like a spoiler. It's like, no, don't worry, this isn't actually a spoiler. I mean, God's sakes, our main mechanic is literally absorbing the souls of the dead. Or rather, these aren't the dead, but you know what I mean. They might as well be the dead. Spoilers! We were always a vampire. Oh, that's new. Get out of the way. God, this is irritating. Hey, Mr. Red. Damn it, Javin. Every time you show up, I'm like, dude, and then you leave, and then I'm sad. I understand. I know what it's like to be too busy to really hang out with people in your life. Either way, hi, John. Sorry. You probably obviously say something. Which house did you choose, John? If you don't mind my asking. If you chose the house I think you did, I'm sorry. Oh, you took Golden Deer. Woo! I take back the I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Golden Deer. Oh yeah, it's What's-Her-Face again. Interfering in other realms like this is no small matter. Denizens of the fairy realm, what are they doing here? Immensely powerful beings sometimes control denizens of another world. The Fairy Lord is one of them. Actually, it was he who invited Ellen into the Netherworld. Is that Scarecrow his emissary? What's so special about her? One question at a time. The Fairy Lord aims to change the Netherworld. The fairies don't think the Netherworld's how it should be. Surprisingly progressive for a realm created from ancient ideas. They're simply clinging to an older era, that's all. Oh, I misclick. You sure want to hear my story again? Thanks, Hibora Kibora. What's the relationship between Ellen and them? Denizens of the Netherworld cannot pass freely between the realms. Seems the Fairy Lord cast some kind of spell on Ellen. It opens up a path to the Netherworld wherever Ellen is. Ellen's another old trailblazer, huh? Enough for now. Speak to the dead to solve your so-called conundrum. Sure thing, Levain. Okay, max time. I will probably forget when we get there, just to be honest. But we shall see. Bum 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 bum. You gotta get the bum bum bum. It's very important. Gibora. God, I always actually mispronounce it. I think it's K and then G? I'm not actually sure. Okay, so do I have anything that can break this? Buttons. Nope. Actually, hang on, before we give up completely. Yeah, I have trouble saying Rauru for some time, though. Because I want to trill it. And so I'm like, Rauru, and it just doesn't work. I know that's just me being stupid, but there it is. Okay, yep, I do not have the ability to break this. Rauru, oh my god. See why I want to say it the way I say it? Rauru is from Ocarina and technically is referenced in both Wind Waker and Twilight. Actually, let's make him the big guy. Let's make that. I will say, I've been putting some thought into this, and I put some thought into it on the break. And I think I will go ahead and give a positive in the end. Just for the gimmick. The core gimmick. Why have I haven't given any positives or negatives yet? Well, because this is one of the most neutral games I've played so far. Like, ever. For this show. In this format. Like, I don't have a lot of major... In fact, I basically have no real major complaints so far. But I also don't have anything really to praise yet. It's a game. It's there. It's cool. Yeah, for once it's actually deliberate. There's a few things I'm debating, like I just mentioned, the core gimmick. But for the most part, I'm just sitting here like, yeah. I do like the ability, the idea of grabbing people's powers. Like, you know, fighting enemies and then gaining their abilities. Oh, I gotta do this again. And then using their actual abilities in combat is a cool idea. You know, I've heard people call it the Mega Man concept. Though I don't admittedly associate that way. But, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's Mega Man X. That's actually a good parallel. It's a cool concept. I'm with it. Actually, honestly, the thing I am most reminded of is, I believe, Aria of Sorrow. I forget if that's the first Game Boy Castlevania one. But it's the one where the main gimmick of the game is you go defeat enemies, absorb their souls, and in so doing, you then can use the exact ability of that enemy. You know, same exact conceit, basically. Okay, I'm about to die. Holy crap. Off here. I think that was the DS one? It was DS or GBA. I get all the handheld Castlevania games very confused with each other for some reason. I could explain it in more detail, but that would involve spoiling the hell out of the game, so let's not do that. Hey, let's check the map to see where we are. Ridiculous. Although, we are close to a level, which is good, because I kind of want another HP boost. So, I think I'm gonna go this way? But yeah, it's a cool concept. I like the idea. Oh, jeez. I'm not ready for that. So that's probably going to be our first truly codified positive, right there. You know, Alex is like, I hate you, Lore, for hating this game. I hate these enemies. These really are really irritating enemies. Not hard, just irritating. Doesn't help I don't have a lot of AoE on this guy. I did on her. Come on, come on. There you go.
Not bad at all.
Oh my god. Stun, stun, knockdown, stun, knockdown, interrupt, knockdown, stun. You're not even killing me that hard, guys. Come on. I will say my enjoyment of this level has gone up substantially now that I have my headphones off. I really don't like the music in this level. I suppose, in fairness, I should probably give a negative to music for that. But, yikes. See, that would make sense, Javan, but usually that's there to, like, be followed up by another attack, right? Like, okay, we're gonna stun you and not do much, and then this other guy who just hits you, he's gonna actually kill you, but there's no other guy. They're just like, stun, stun, screw you, screw you. That's all they're doing. Actually, let's do this. Hi, Baronessa. You are always a welcome sight, as rare as it may be. Oh. There we go. Well, yeah, we're only 2 worlds in, so I don't want to judge based on that yet. Does this game focus on folklore? Well... Funny you say that. Near as I can tell, this is based on a generic blend of Celtic and pagan folklore, and several references to items from both, which I bothered to look up during the break because I am not a big person on folklore, so I can only speak as an ignorant. That being said, the entire setup of the Netherworld, I don't know of a mythos that does that off the top of my head. I haven't been using my transformation, no. I usually save that for boss fights. Like what I'm about to do, but I really do want that health upgrade first, so let's do this. Well, the bosses... Okay, so the term folklore in-game, in lore, refers to the major folks. So, folks are... Oh, Jesus, how do I explain this? Folks are ideas of humanity given spectral form within the Netherworld. That's why these guys kind of look like soldiers from World War whatever. Because a lot of people died in World War whatever, and so a lot of people, you know, came into the Netherworld, and this is one of the new realms that was crafted as a consequence. You with me so far? So folk... Oh, Jesus, I still need 50 more. Folk, then, are... Oh yeah, there's some very SMT things going on here. Folk are... Is that not allowing me to do that? Oh, okay, that's why. Out of range. Folking, hell. No, so the folk... God, it's such a hard word for me to say. Folk. Folk. Anyways. So that's what they are. And now I was going somewhere with that, and then I got really distracted. Would you stop shooting me in the face? I know you like to. It's okay, I'm not here to judge. Okay, a little bit. I'm here to judge a little bit. Yeah, you all know how much I just absolutely adore SMT. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, so they make the... So the planes, as well as the folk, are made by that. Now, I was going somewhere with that. Because you asked a specific question. I don't remember what the specific question was. And I was specifically responding to that. And that was like the build-up to answering that question. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll do one more round. That should level us. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, that sounds really horrible so far to me, Baronessa. And I feel like you're kind of being sarcastic with me. I don't know, it's just a vibe I'm getting. I have played, to my knowledge, 3 SMT games. And for the record, no, I didn't like any of them. I have played Nocturne. Although I didn't beat it, because I just really didn't want to. There we go, leveled up. So I've played Nocturne, I've played the MMO, which I don't even remember the name, don't ask me. And I have played SMT4. So boss time, let's see if I can figure out what he's weak to this time around. Boss, I should say. It could just be SMT Online. Really? Like Wally, of all people? Whatever. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, Garen and I played that a while ago at this point. I mean, I don't try to judge SMT harshly. SMT is just a pretty clear example of it's never going to be my thing, you know? SMT may be a good series. I don't know. I hear a lot of good things about Nocturne. I didn't like it, but that's because it wasn't my thing. There's not much that can be done about that. No matter how much you dress up a cup of coffee. Coffee. Oh, he's God, that was way easier than on her. Jesus. 10 seconds compared to when she fought this thing. Oh yeah, by the way, I'd like to just kind of forbid any SMT games for premiere runs. Can we do that? Like, going forward? Please? I really actively do not like SMT. Please do not make me play a game series I actively dislike and review it. The Folklore is right in front of you. Foolish fairies. They're en route to the fortress with Ellen now. Their little army's all flesh, no substance. They'll never defeat the Folklore. Ellen and I came to Arcadia at the same time. Why didn't we meet each other? Human concept of space and time means nothing in the netherworld. Well, that sounds like a dumb answer. The dimensions you perceive are purely subjective. Yeah, that's great. There's a bond between you and Ellen. You're likely to meet up with her in the netherworld. Okay. Shin Megami Tensei, by the way, is what it stands for. Oh, it looks like other people got there first. Never mind. Yeah, but at least there's, like, I can derive some kind of enjoyment from mocking a game that I hate, as opposed to enduring a game I despise. Like, I don't know how to properly describe the difference. Playing through Anthem was funny. Playing through SMT4 was nauseating. Does that make any sense? That probably doesn't. I always fail explaining this crap. Boss time, real boss time. Put my headphones back in. Oh, nope. First we gotta go through this area. Like, okay, it goes back to something I've talked about many times before, how there's different types of bad. Oh, I know. I'm not trying to say SMT4 is bad, but just hear me out. There's something you dislike that you can make fun of, which, I mean, that's a thing, right? And then there's something you dislike which just makes you go... So I guarantee you the entire SMT4 run would be just me struggling to not be like this. Or not SMT4, but you get the idea. Just like, okay. I'd just leave the mic muted for huge chunks of the game to prevent myself from speaking what I'm actually thinking at any given point in time. Yeah, you know what? That's a good way to put it. There's a difference between Battlefield Earth and... Now I'm having trouble coming up with another example. Help me out. What's a really good, bad movie? I suddenly can't think of one. I know there's good, bad movies. I've enjoyed good, bad movies. The Mummy. You know what? Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. There's a difference between sitting through The Mummy and Battlefield Earth. Actually, I would go with Batman and Robin as well. I derive legitimate amusement from Batman and Robin. You can make fun if you want. It's okay. I understand. Really? Oh, right. I need this guy, don't I? I'm probably gonna need him. Oh god! It's an anonymous gifter. My one weakness. Really? No, I haven't gotten a chance to. Anyways, thank you very much, an anonymous gifter. If you happen to want to put that towards something, you can let me know, and it can happen, and it'll be awesome. But either way, thank you very, very much for the sub. Now, I'm going to assume he's not going to answer that, so Takoida, I'll let the question kind of sit on you. Let's try these three. Did I save last? For no reason. Come on. Nope. See, I even look like a vampire. Look at my dodge. Okay. That is like all of my abilities. See you around, hopefully, Javan. It was all of my abilities, and none of them hurt him. I think I am going to die. I tried Volcano. It didn't do anything. They just go away, Myron. Okay, now it's working. I swear that was not working earlier. Maybe it just pulled up too soon and I'm an idiot. I love how I can't dodge that. I know, I should just be using a field instead. A defense thing. Speaking of which, I should get a defense thing going for no reason. Yeah, I like how we just basically sacrifice a minion to not get hit. There's something wonderfully horrible about that. I wonder if there's a speedrun of this game. Could someone do me a favor, hit speedruns.com, see if there's a speedrun for this game? I'm actually quite curious. Okay, I have a theory here. I think the amount of time he stays vuln depends on how many arms are broken. Nice. What's the current record? I assume it's any percent. 4.5 hours. Wow. For a game that includes skippable cutscenes, that's impressive. Impressively high, I mean. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think he stays vuln for longer if you break more of his legs. He was down for a while there. Wish I had a health bar for the boss. That'd be neat. It's an ancient concept. They invented it in the NES era. I've noticed his mana regenerates in a different way than hers. Like, she has a gradual thing. His just says, yep, nope, I'm back, after a period of time. Oof. Yeah, that too, Alex. Boss fights are probably going to be a positive too, from what I'm seeing so far. They're already one of the potential ones. Sorry, Takoda. I already jotted it down. I'll give it a while. Probably until tonight. Oof. Oh, I know, Sonic. I am not looking forward to that run either. Fury losses are mounting. They should have left it to Ellen. You look glum. Such a waste fighting a battle that cannot be won. A bit sympathetic of the enemy, are we? Just like ancient man as I know him. How would you know? As I know the ancient netherworld. I don't know who the hell you are. If you want to know, then work with me. But the scale of this is beyond me. Perhaps we can stop the grandiosity. Is that not who you seek? Is that Ryan? Holy crap, it's Ryan. You're the Lightkeeper, House Durson, aren't you? I'm investigating an incident. I don't want to talk about it. You remember a woman named Regine, right? What'd you tell her? Her husband and child died mysteriously. Such tragedy. It demands they deserve to have the truth revealed. was the night of... I'm not going to pronounce it. Harriet and I went to the church graveyard. The lights were on in the church for some reason. It seemed odd. We looked in. We saw Herv and Dr. Lester. Harriet took the picture. She commented, "Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible for Harriet." I told them why Herv had died. That was a few days after this photo taken. Herv was so happy the day before. He said he and his father, Ronaldo, were going to the lighthouse. So I told Ronaldo and his wife exactly what Harriet told me. They turned to Ashen and left. After that, I don't know. But then Ronaldo went off the cliff. So what did Harriet tell you? And what happened to you personally? I'd tell you, but I've run out of time. God, I was joking. You see what I mean when I say that it's hard for me to take this completely seriously? This feels a lot more tongue-in-cheek. I've just realized something. Could you tell Dr. Lester, the fairy is back? What does that mean? What is exposition but tortured dialogue? Or, excuse me, but dialogue tortured. Sorry. I mean, look at him. No, wait! I mean, come on. To be clear, I am not insulting it. It's just... Harriet, what are you trying to do? Please, let it go. No, I cannot. You're mistaken. Dr. Lester has a heart of gold. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Your precious photo. Ryan, children have always liked you, yes? I want you to get the truth out of her. Yes, I will. I will convince you of the horrible, dark, terrible truth. I am secretly a vampire. I mean, I hate to sound negative, Alex, but if it's not deliberate cheese, then it's a negative. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to assume it's deliberate cheese and not give the story like 3 negatives right now. After all, I am enjoying the cheese. So... In fact, I was actually thinking about this. You know what game, in terms of storytelling, you know what game this reminds me most of? Or game series, I should say? Metal Gear Solid. Now, how many of my viewers did I just lose by saying that? Viewing figures. I met Ryan in the Netherworld. What did you see at that church 17 years ago? You have been poking around. What did you ask Ryan to do? Ryan died where you should have. I'm not accusing you. I just want the truth. What did you say to Ellen? Teehee, she is special. I wanted to test my theory. Get to the point. The girl, Ellen, she was in the village 17 years ago. What? It will all become clear very soon. I'd explain more, but screw you. So, to be clear, I do enjoy the Metal Gear Solid series. But part of why I tend to enjoy the story of the Metal Gear Solid series is because it is ridiculous. Because it is incredibly cheesy and overdramatic and just kitsch, right? And I'm into that. I'm with it. Now, of course, there are moments of Metal Gear Solid's games that are actually serious. But I tend to feel those are the exceptions, not the rule. So yeah, there's just a unique flavor to Metal Gear Solid. It's not quite to the degree of, say, Yakuza or, I don't know, Yakuza. But it's definitely kind of leaning in that direction. Like, there are moments in, especially 3 and 4, which are just, damn, oh, that just hits like a truck, emotionally. Then, there's the rest of it. There's literally a scene in Metal Gear Solid 3 where the villain, who has you at his mercy, says, "Very well, I will tell you the entire plot right here and now. And then we enter this massive, like, 8-minute cutscene of him expositing on what he believes to be the main plot. It's actually like the third main plot at that point. Now that I've told you everything, I'm going to kill you. Oh no, you've been saved at the last moment. What a shock. So I suppose this gets back to that point, like Sonic says, maybe it's not intentional. You know, but the question is, how much of that is and how much of that isn't? I do personally think I don't care. I've actually been thinking about this point. If a story is designed to be really serious and dark and gritty and is actually comedic, doesn't it still, like, I know this sounds strange, but because this gets down to opinion, but in my opinion, it should still get credit for being comedic. Not by intent, but by reality. Because it's still funny. Because I still laugh at it, right? Because I still enjoy it. I'm probably making no sense at all here. Where am I going? Shoot, God, I've been reading all this dialogue, and I finally skipped dialogue, and it's telling me where to go next. Hang on, I'll just look it up really quick. Dr. Lester! Okay, we're going to Dr. Lester. Okay. There is no quest log, no. Hello, Larian. Now, that being said, I guarantee you with absolute certainty that a decent chunk of the cheese in Metal Gear Solid is deliberate. There is simply too many examples of just ridiculous in the Metal Gear Solid series that is clearly on purpose. Apologies, Keats. Please come back tonight. Of course. I mean, look at this. Come on. That's a great way of putting that, Mr. Red. I like that. Complimentary cheese, overt cheese, and lessening cheese. You know, cheese that makes it worse. Because I've complained in several games I've reviewed where the cheese didn't nail it, right? Where it wasn't as cheesy as it needed to be. I got an example right off the top of my head. Binary Domain. That Sega game. There were a couple moments of proper cheese, but for the most part, it was, to use Mr. Red's comparison, it was blue cheese. It was actually detracting from the story quality. It should have gone full cheddar and just been like, instead it was not. Anyways, may I ask you something? Yes, of course. What is the secret password of the fairies? The what? You don't recall? See you around next time. Where did you hide the medical records? It was you, wasn't it? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. Yes, I see. You can tell he's a doctor because he's got a white coat on. I mean, how you could know they're going to be a doctor unless they have the white lab coat on? Do forgive me, I must have been mistaken. What is it you need? I'm sure you know Ryan, the lighthouse keeper. Do you know anything about his moida? Get out of here. What you figure's over. It's time for us to go back home. Why won't you tell me? I want to determine the truth behind this incident. I need to know about my mother, my past. Who gives a damn about the past? Just who are you, anyway? Have you come here to torment me? Please, stay away from me. I know nothing. There is nothing to tell you. I don't know what the intent is, good Senator. I just know that they are intentional. I can tell you what happened 17 years ago. But in exchange, you must do 3 more quests. Okay. I guess. It has been ages since my husband and I ceased to be able to speak frankly to each other. Long ago, we were an ideal couple. Damn it, Sonic Doctor. We had high regard for each other as medical professionals and as people. But 17 years ago, something happened. Something changed within him. I could see it in his face. He was wrought with agony, but he told me nothing about it. Without warning, he closed down the clinic and we left the village. Something happened on Whatchafig caused this? Yes, in the weeks following Whatchafig, 3 people met their deaths. The village refused to look into the cause and did not send for the police. They did not want outsiders intruding upon the village. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with that accent. So even you don't know the cause of this. I do not, but I'm wondering. There was a boy who died suddenly. I'm doing it again. There's a boy who died suddenly. A boy with a terminal illness who still had some time to live. Perhaps Dr. Lester felt responsible for his death. No, that surely would not be. When my husband made a medical error, he was frank with me. So if you ask what I think, my guess is they must be covering for someone. Surely, you understand why I'm telling you this. Actually, no. I've heard about you, that you can meet the dead. Yes, I see. Can you ask the name of the deceased boy? The name was Herv. I thought so. Do you know him? Yes, I'm sure I can find him. My bowler hat will lead me to victory. Pose. I don't know, Sonic Doctor. I'm probably a pretty crappy voice actor. Just look at the Mario Theater. Herv was in the fairy realm. Wrong accent. The door is already open. I don't have the memento, but if I go to that room with the deer, surely I can meet him. Wait, how do I reach the room with the deer without having a memento? I mean, maybe it's just because I despise my own voice, but I hate watching... Like, I looked at the Paper Mario Theater sections, and I hate my own roles in it. Or my own scenes, you know what I mean. I can sense it. Something awful's about to happen. Yeah, the next chapter of this game. I'm sorry. Oh my god, he knew about us, and he is waiting for us to reach the Netherworld core, or whatever that is. Oh, I don't know, Shikor. I just don't like my voice. I think it's too high-pitched. I don't know. I don't care for it. Now, let's look at the walkthrough. You want me to what? Okay, so we'll go to the cape, which I think is over here. I mean, maybe it's just because I tend to not process my voice when I'm speaking. Like, I don't really hear it when I'm talking. If that probably doesn't make sense. But I'm not really listening to it. Like, the only times I pay attention to my own voice when I'm actually speaking is when I'm specifically trying to get across a certain tone. Like when I'm trying to really stretch it out like that, and I have to actually pay attention in order to make certain that I'm doing it right. You know, that's about the only times I listen to it. Otherwise, I'm just not listening to it. Akai Vuril Vailem. Exactly. So, then I hear it out loud in a recording or whatever, and it's like, whoa! The hell is that crap? Alright, what is it, Baronessa? I'm ready. Hit me. Let me just say, before you even say no, the answer is no. Okay, now what is it? This is the wrong way. Where the hell is the frickin' lighthouse? Must destroy. A LucasArts lore run. Oh, gosh. That's literally the next place I was going to check. Although, in fairness, I was just kind of going clockwise. Which is funny, though, because I started... If I had gone counterclockwise, I would have gotten it first rather than last. Oh, whatever. Yeah, a LucasArts lore run would be big. That's a lot of games. A surprisingly large number of good games. This door. It's the Eye of Sauron. Seriously, that's practically the same graphic. Who disturbs my slumber? Oh, it's you. Hi. Welcome back, sweetie. I want you to summon Herb. Who's that? He isn't your boyfriend, is he? No. Whew, scared the daylights out of me. I'd crack my antlers if it turned out you were two-timing. Oh, there's no Herb here. So, where is he? Sweetie, I'm not a fortune teller. Yeah? Someone's here. It's... a little girl! We hid it together, Herb and I. It was our little treasure. We promised to dig it up when we grew up, so I told him he mustn't give up. I am Cecilia. Herb's friend. Got attack. Got attack. Did you die as well? But Herb has already gone. He said he wanted people to stop worrying about him and move on. Where did Herb go? To the bottom of the sea. I have a terrible feeling about this. Please find Herb. What should I do? Find the treasure at the Ashen Tree. The Ash Tree? It's near the hut on the Lighthouse Cape. Oh, okay, cool. Shooter! Shooter! Oh, sorry. I don't know why I make fun of that scene so much. It's actually a really great scene. Even properly dramatic. Good night, Adam. Have a good one. What is with his mouth? He's always with his mouth gaping open. Wait a minute, Dr. Lester. You've always been dead. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. Meanwhile... Baronessa was kicked out of the live stream for being too awesome. Twitch was like, listen. LucasArts? No way. Not happening. Herb's medical records. Why would this be a treasure? Acquired medical records. Your medical records indicate that this picture is by Cecilia. This is a plot point. Please remember it. You know, it'd be really awesome if they ever do a fan-made Paper Mario 2 remastered, and they actually pull me to do voice acting for one of the characters. That would be great. It'll never happen, but that'd be awesome. My goodness, what happened? Yeah, there's like 3 people in here. Oh my god, Dr. Lester was moided! By whom, I don't know. The Hag. That's the 3rd time we've heard about the Hag. It must be her. The Hag? You've read one too many fairy tales. Oh, I don't know, Shikor. What do you guys think? Who, if you could pick anyone in Paper Mario 2 for me to voice, who would you pick? It's true, the strange woman's been lurking around. Helen, perhaps your mom coming triggered all this madness? It could be you, Keats. Yes, it could be us. Or perhaps it is fate. What is fate but tortured destiny? I keep saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Dr. Lester, what are you doing here? Can I see the doctor if I go to the Netherworld? And also her. Cecilia's memory might be a memento. I'm thinking of another positive, actually. Where's my notes? Those are not my notes. These are my notes. I don't think a note of that, but... Rock Hawk? Oh my god. Of course, we all know the one voice I should be doing in Paper Mario is Flavio. I'm surprised none of you have said Bowser. I've actually had a person tell me that they have heard Bowser's lines in my voice for now as a consequence of that. Which I take as a compliment. It's me, Cool Man. Why are you here? I am... evil? I don't know. Did you find something linked to the location? Yes, but it won't work. I wonder why. Well, that's strange. Let me have a look. Yes. Medical records. Oh, guess I'd better get on my way. Keats, I'm depending on you. Please track down this murderer. I'll find out about the past. The murders on past and present are linked. The villagers are hiding something. I need to know the truth. Whatever happened 17... I'm surprised she hasn't brought up her mother again. I really am. This picture? I found it in the medical records. So, Grubba... Oh, it's a picture of the sea. I feel as if I've seen it before. Cecilia hid this. Why doesn't it seem familiar? Ah, it's a view from the beach. Doesn't look like it. Go to the shore and you'll see. No, let's if we're going into full nonsense Fantasyland, it'd be awesome if Nintendo reached out to me and said, "Hey, Lore, we want you to voice someone." But there's a horrible catch. And I'd be like, what? What's the horrible catch? And they're like, you have to keep voicing Bowser in every game with Bowser henceforth.
What is this place? It's familiar, but so melancholy.
It's always the lighthouse. No, I think everyone in Britain is rainy, from what I understand. Bonk! So, I don't think I could do Grubba again. The problem is, Grubba was supposed to be kind of a sort of a light Southern, and I have a bit of a trouble doing Southern unless I'm listening to it. And he was supposed to be all nice and comforting, like real, you know, kind of friendly fellow, that kind of thing. God damn it, She-Girl. This was once a splendid realm. This is the undersea city, tainted by oblivion, being forgotten as the gravest fate in the netherworld. You can speak to the dead simply because they're part of someone's memory. Once they're forgotten, then poof, they may as well never exist in the first place. The undersea city is no longer part of collective memory. Won't be really here much longer before it fades to existence. So, you better hurry. Welcome to Underwater Land. Oh, they're still following us. The Fairy Lord will be visiting this land. Good news! I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Good news, everyone. Fairy Lord, we're honored by your presence. It's time we spoke about our objectives. We seek the Netherworld Core. Is that one of the realms? Yes and no. It's a special place beyond the 5 realms. A place which can only be reached by those who have overcome their fears. Your journey to the Netherworld Core shall reveal your forgotten past. The Netherworld Core is based upon human subconscious, but 5,000 years ago. This is based on real life, right? What the hell was going on in 3000 BC? Anyways, a law which originated in the Netherworld Core. It is our hands to correct that aberration. And this can be achieved in the Netherworld Core? That is correct, but it will depend on your strength, Ellen. The Undersea City is your 3rd Netherworld. You must defeat the folklore of this world. Okay. Yes, 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 my lord. Righto. Light a fire. I guess that's inappropriate to say underwater. I mean, the ocean has always been shorthand in fiction for ancient and horrifying. So, I could see that, Alex. Anyways, Baronessa, hang on, I feel like I missed part of that. Let me scroll up again. Oh, Jesus, whatever. That's funny. So, I don't know, you, of course, don't watch my stuff all that much, Baronessa. But I reported on, back when Far From Home was still coming out, they mentioned how part of the deal between Sony and Disney specifically was, depending on how well Far From Home sold, would determine whether or not they would do any additional deals going forward. I'm guessing it didn't sell well enough for them. I should probably go and equip this thing. Let's see how it works, shall we? That's why I'm confused too. Like, you'd think that that would be indicative of they're definitely going to do new things, especially since, well, I'm not going to spoil, but Far From Home definitely left the door open for sequels, you know? Honestly, that wouldn't even surprise me, Taquita, if this was always a trap. There's actually a term for that. It's called arbitrary failure. It's when you determine the condition for success after the success or failure has happened. So you can just base it on whatever you want to. Yeah, moving the goalpost, exactly. Where's my trap dude? There he is. No, I guess that's true, Alex. You'll have to forgive me. Anytime I hear someone say, thousands of years ago, my eyes roll so hard they fly into orbit and reach into the heavens and into another galaxy. You see why over-exaggeration doesn't work. Thousands of years ago. Even Final Fantasy VI will get a ding for that, by the way. Whenever we get to that one. I don't think I'm being, like, whatever. Yes, 10 millions of light years away. That's how far away my eyeballs were rolled. I'm actually kind of dreading it, G-Juice. Mostly because I have no idea how the games are actually going to line up. I've been saying for years FF6 is my favorite game. I'm going to laugh if other FFs actually surpass it. Or other games in general surpass it. I mean, I'm already pretty sure Witcher 3 has a higher story rating than FF6. I can say that with pretty high certainty. Whoop. Mini boss time. Da-na-na-na. One thing I've always wondered about is the concept of the technological plateau. The idea is obvious and self-apparent, but some people theorize we're actually in a technological plateau right now in real life. I think we've actually hit it already. Ooh, that's right. I should probably do this. That one. Yeah, honestly, it's actually funny to me, because every time I bring up the 10,000 years thing, someone brings up... supposed to go this way? This doesn't seem to be doing anything. Literally doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, never mind. I think I get it. I think I got it. That is not as indicative as I was hoping for. Oh, I've decided I like this one the least. Hey, Zachariah. Wow! Yeah, no. Negative to gameplay. You balance it, sure. Uh-huh. That's... Ugh. Okay, maybe the other way? How about this way? How about this way? Please? Oh god, what if the 6-axis is literally breaking? Like, it's not responding to me at all. Look at this. Oh, wait, hang on. That started doing something. Started doing something. Maybe? Maybe like this? No. Maybe like this. No. If I just do this... In God's name! Well... Keep in mind, I have to do that to beat this world. I have to be able to absorb the boss's ability to do that. So yeah, that negative I mentioned. Jesus. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, technological progress. People always bring up the whole, well, you know, Lore, you make fun of how little time has progressed in 1,000 years, but... Like, think about real-life history. There's huge chunks of real-life history where technology hasn't progressed in 1,000 years. And all I can think of is, I want you to think for a moment about how much technology has changed in the last 50 years. Within the lifetime of a decent chunk of my family, technology has fundamentally altered. Come on. Yeah, I have used a rotary phone in my real life. It's been a while, but that's a thing I've done. Oh, no. Okay, no, never mind. We're okay. There we go. Oh, we're up. I think I like his regen better than her regen, you know? Oh, God. Hell, I only barely remember the Atari era when it comes to that. Yeah, I actually thought the 6-axis might have literally broken. If that was true, I don't know what I would have done. Honestly, I don't really have a backup plan here. By the way, that's a good reason why mandatory motion controls are a bad thing. 20 years from now, those Wiimotes simply are not going to work anymore. Just from age. Yeah, I guess it would have to be Alex, which would really suck. I mean, a lot of money was put towards this run. And I don't know what I would do. Basically, what I would probably have to do is I'd have to buy another PS3 controller and pray that it works. Because it would be used by default. So let's try and fight this guy again. Where the heck is Hanky? Oh, that guy. Oh, hang on. I mean, that is true, Zachariah. It's not like technological progress happens at a linear rate in any case, in any generation or century or whatever. Ah, it did work. Thank you. Although I have said, and I will repeat this forever, because I firmly think this, that the printing press is what really pushed technological progress forward. I'm reminded of a quote. I don't remember the quote off the top of my head, but it's a good quote. It's something along the lines of... It was naming the first ship to cross the Atlantic by steam power. And it crossed it in like 28 days or something like that. And people were hailing it because, oh my gosh. They actually managed to make the crossing in 28 days. Now, a sailing ship can manage that quicker under favorable winds. But the technology of the steamship, that was reliable, that was dependable. And newspapers of the time are heralding it as the end of war and the end of the end of evils of man and blah 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 blah. Actually, there was a quote that Sci-Fi Debris recently shared, which really stuck with me. It was a quote about how, you know, the current climate seems to indicate horribleness, but actually things are better than they have been in centuries. A quote that was said over a century ago at this point. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm derailing wildly from my point here. Point being, technology's cool, yo. Oh, I know, big game isn't Hugo. We didn't even finish a match of that when we were playing for the recent re-premiere run or whatever. The retread. So let's see if we can figure the hell this out, shall we? This is me holding this thing completely still, by the way. Like, I'm not moving. I'm still not moving. Just sitting here. Not moving. Still not moving. I really don't understand this. This is kind of crazy. I thought maybe it wanted me to, like, balance it out, but it's just doing whatever the hell it wants to. With no rhyme or reason to it. Whatever. That'll be fun when we get to the actual realm boss, and we'll have to do that twice. Also, I'm pretty sure we'll have to do that in the future, too. So, yay. Let's put you here. Also, I mean, I didn't do anything different that second time when I got it instantly than when I did it the first time, so... Oh. I kind of like the smashing back and forth one of the three so far. So, should we go to the Forgotten Palace? Or the Swamp of Oblivion? What do you think, guys? Where should we go? It's... Ellen, you have come. Fancy meeting you here. This should be good. Levain. Your curse upon the Netherworld. Up to your own tricks again. How many messengers have died this way? Silence! It is all for the Netherworld. I like how he doesn't deny it there. Keats, why? Looks like there's two sides to this conflict. Wait, really? There's two sides to a conflict? By the way, about that boy, Metal Herb. He's heading for the Swamp of Oblivion. Metal Swamp. You can forget about the boy. The swamp is a pit of gurgling nothingness. He who enters shall slip from existence and be forgotten by all. She's right. But... Ellen, don't listen to him. The Lord or the boy? The Netherworld or reality? Those are awfully difficult choices. But choices she must make. Dun. Pray tell your wish. Okay. To the swamp! I must save Herv. Keats, thank you for telling me. I'll go right after Herv. So that means we'll have to do Palace on him now. I need to find Herv. He's at the swamp. Scarecrow, shouldn't you come to the Fairy Lord? Nah, I'm no fairy. I don't really like his royal attitude anyway. That's why I have the Union Jack on my shirt. More importantly, Ellen, you must go. The Swamp of Oblivion is this way. Okay, let's go. I don't see it. Where is it? Oh god, it's already gone! That's how oblivion-y it is. This should be fun. We're already underwater. Time to rip out his soul. Do. Oh god, it's one of these. Do you mind? Kind of busy here. Eating souls. The swamp doesn't look very oblivion-y to me. Yeah, I probably should. Pretending it's a Zelda game. Wow. Right through the shield. Ooh, I like white chocolate Reese's. Jesus, block, lady! Can't even see what I'm doing. God, I haven't saved lately. Guess we're about to see how the... we know how the autosaves are. So never mind. And we're dead. Yay! Alright, 15 negatives to gameplay. You know, this is going to sound like the most pathetic complaint ever, but I really hate playing non-Switch games for the show. It literally hurts my arms after a while. Yeah, let's take a break and type instead. What do we got here? Let's see. So this is definitely a negative. And we'll go ahead and do this as definitely a positive. One definitely negative, one definitely positive. Look, I'm not trying to praise the Joy-Cons yet again. I am just stating fact. It literally, like, my arm actually hurts right now. And that's just something that I have kind of gotten used to. But it still sucks that I just have to accept pain in order to play a PS4 game or a PS3 game. Or whatever, you know. So what we're gonna do... I'm gonna pull the pillow over here. Rest our arm on that. Hope that helps a bit. Okay. Hope this helps. Yes, we're still net neutral. I've heard good things about Grandia 1. I don't think I've played Grandia 1. Pretty sure I haven't. Yeah, I've actually been thinking, Mind Blast, that at some point or another, the Sony and Xbox are going to pick up on the splittable controllers concept and start implementing it that. And at that point, it'll suddenly become a lot less painful to play, you know, the PS5 or whatever. That'll be awesome. I'll take that any day over the weird balancing one. I've had weirdly good luck with Bluetooth controllers. Like, I've never had any issues with the Joy-Cons. Or my PS4 controller. I should have tested that. I want to test something, if that's okay, guys. I agree they should be a wired option. 1526. There absolutely should be a wired option. Like, one of the biggest complaints I have about the PS3 controller is there is no wired option. And that's why I'm eventually going to have to replace that for my computer. Oh, you're probably right, Alex. Which sucks. See, this is why I just need to take over the world, guys. Just be like, look. Okay, this is taking too long. What'd I say? 1526. If there might have been wired PS3 controllers back in the day. I certainly do not have one, and there are certainly no new ones now. So... Like, you see this, and you're like, well, that's wired, isn't it? No. This is not wired. This is a wireless controller. See? Still playing. What was I doing? 1526. The reason I hold the controller like this, like I have the cable like this, and then I hold this like this, is so that the cable doesn't get stretched in a weird direction, which will lower the lifespan of the cable. Like, I'm not going to do it, but like if I was to really bend this down, that will make it, that will hurt it, and that'll slowly bend wires out of shape. So, it'll die even quicker. Interesting max time. Ooh, wasabi cookies. I might actually buy that. Oh yeah, so 1526. So we didn't lose any experience from dying. So that's pretty much the official. That's actually a pretty good death problem there. There's very little aggravation in that. We lose a little time, a little distance, but we don't lose any experience or any progress. We keep the people we've already caught, etc. That's kind of cool. I want to check something while we're at it. I don't know. That's what that. I can't remember what he said. A friend of mine who I used to work with had a wonderful quote, which was basically, the problem with engineers is, when it comes to video gaming, is most of them aren't thinking about 10 years from now. They're thinking about now. And so they make these cool, awesome ideas that are innovative and fun that either break down or have a terrible shelf life or won't work in 10 years. Like I said earlier, there are certain Wii games you will probably be physically incapable of playing in 10 years without some kind of jury-rigged fan answer to make it playable. You know? Anyways, now that I know his pattern, this should be a little easier. Bull crap. Yeah, Rob. Which is only useful because, again, fans decided to take it and make something useful out of it. God, yeah, the oh, I don't remember what it's called. The gun. The light gun that came with the NES. Oh, Christ, not this again. Maybe I need to do like this? No. But this. My favorite part about this is how I'm waving it all over the place, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. There. But yeah, it's probably indicative that in the modern era, a lot of old gimmicks are basically just replaced with modern technology. You know, light gun games being done with a mouse on an emulator, for example. Dr. Lester. You. There's no time. You must find her. If you went to the swamp of a building, this is all my fault. That giant monster has enveloped her. Oh no, it's the folklore. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, fair enough, Alex. Remember that game I mentioned? Forza Horizon 16, I think? Or 14? Basically the 4-year-old game that's being removed from digital distribution things now. Wait, what? Oh my god. CBS has released their copyright claim on... That would be July 21st's video. The Lore Week video? That's the one where we did an analysis on the Picard trailer. Hang on a second. That's what I thought. So, they didn't actually release that. They just ran out of time. Because their 30 days were up. So, what happened is exactly what I told you guys would happen a month ago. They would sit on it for 30 days... and not look at it. Probably didn't even notice it was there, because a bot is the one that flagged it. That's because I disputed it, Shikor, and they decided to allow it be visible. The dispute was still in progress, and has been in progress. But, yeah. But yeah, no human being ever saw that. So, this should be fun, maybe? I don't know. Really? I love that. I try to target this guy that I'm staring at 3 feet from him, and it's like, no, you want to target this guy over here, right? Oh, for God's sakes. Die then. Just stay dead. Forever. God, really. You know what? I suddenly don't care. I'm out! Yeah, I might try to go for one of these. Nope, I changed my mind. Oh, Jesus, let me move. Let me move. Let me move! And I'm dead. Wow. Okie dokie dee. So, fun fact, Alex. I looked up cheats for this game, just for the hell of it. You know, I can do save editing, basically, for the PS3. So, alright, what do we got? So I looked up what people had done to look up this, to hack this game, hex editing, basic stuff. You know what the answer was? Nothing. There is no information that I could find whatsoever on any of the hex data for the saves of this game. I mean, in fairness, the only thing I know of that you could cheat is your experience bar to give you more health. Because it's not like there's anything else to edit in a save state, but it's just... Yikes, you know? Well, I'm being stun-locked really badly. So, since these guys are really bad, I'm just gonna get the hell out of Dodge. Oh, great. Actually, it's funny you say that, Dakota. One of the biggest reasons I bought Diablo 3 on the Switch is so I can play Diablo 3 in 20 years. I'm not even joking about that. I'm admittedly assuming my Switch will work that long. I mean, I've never had that issue. My Nest still works, for God's sakes. And yeah, I know, different time. But my Nest still works, my SNES still works, my GameCube, my Wii. EVA. SP, actually. Okay, not that. That. Okay. What else we got here? See, it's actually funny you say that, Max Time, because there are several older PC games that I cannot play, that I have physically been incapable of playing. Like Sacrifice. Or what was the other one? Star Trek something. It was a Star Trek game, and it was Star Trek Borg, that was it. And I could not get that game working at all, and I tried. In fact, then there's the MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries problem. Now, I actually think you could get MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries working now, maybe? I'm not actually sure about that. But for years, I wasn't able to replay that game. Because I couldn't get it working. Oh, God. Can't see what doing. My point being, even PC games are not immune to the cannot play anymore problem. Nothing is immune to the can't play anymore problem. Which is why I'm actually so in favor of digital distribution and emulation as a way to preserve history. If for literally no other reason. Yeah, I'm glad GOG got going as well as it did, although I keep hearing that it's not doing well financially. I haven't been able to verify that. I will say one thing, especially with regards to PC games. The big thing that really determines, in my experience, how long a PC game endures, what the hell was that? Is how much interest there is from the fans. Because they're the ones who will keep that game playable 20 years down the line. Not the company, but people who really liked the game and want to just keep playing it. Or are interested in preservation like I am. Like, there are some much older games that you could just get working just like that. People have already set up full batch files, full shell programs specifically designed to pull on the right files, the right drivers, in order to get everything working just right. And then there's games which nobody's ever heard of, where it's just like, Very true, Max Time. Very true. Sure wish there was a healing item in somewhere in the middle of this fight, because, you know, that'd be nice. This long fight. That doesn't surprise me, Max Time. Whereas, by contrast, we have a Switch, or not a Switch, excuse me, a Wii U and a 3DS emulator that's workable now. Again, just variants of interest. I don't know what the heck I'm fighting. I'm fighting something that is killing me. Because my dodge doesn't have any iframes, and I have no run button. He kind of sucks, and the camera kind of sucks, and this whole fight kind of sucks. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't even hit him because he just dropped bombs on his face. There we go. Yeah, we're fighting that eel from Mario 64. That's what we're fighting. As much as I like the variety of the bosses, the fact that you have no method of healing in the middle of these fights really sucks. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die and have to do this whole thing all over again. At least I know what to do next time. Thank you, Alex, for telling me what to do to kill him, consequently. Every time you say that I die, Alex, maybe you shouldn't believe in me. Maybe that would help. Oh crap, where is he? 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 Okay, that's not too bad. One thing I do like, when he goes out there, he's actually still rendered. You can still see him, so you can still see where he's going to come from. They could have easily made this bullcrap and have him de-render as he goes back there. Boy, I wish I had a run button. Especially given how large the bosses are, and you know, how large the boss arenas are. Did I mention how weird it is aiming this stupid thing, by the way? There we go. Not now, Nightbot. Busy trying not to die. Also known as a Tuesday. Oh, great, Alex, great. I'm looking forward to dying on the final phase, 15 minutes into a 30-minute fight. Oh, God damn it. Thankfully, this thing has a little bit of range, so, you know. Come on. Ugh. I rescind my gameplay plus for bosses. I'm only kind of kidding. This is not great. This is one of the cardinal boss sins right here. Huge periods of invulnerability between when you can actually hit them. One of the most irritating things you can do in boss design. Look at that, I was one hit away, too. Of course, he immediately hits me. Way too fast for me to do anything about. Oh, come on, he's right here! He's gonna hit me and I'm gonna die, and that's gonna be the end. Yep. Nothing I can really do about that. I was simply too low on health. Yay. Well, at least I know what to do this time. See, this is why this is the worst game in the world. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I guess I could put a shield up. Let's do this. Hey, Majdi. No, there's bunches of ads. Ads are life. What do you got against ads? Are you a communist? Or whatever insult people are flinging nowadays. I don't really pay attention. And now... Time Waster 101. Wasting your time, wasting your time. Wasting your time, 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 wasting your time. Ventures is awesome, wasting your time. Okay, Ventures doesn't waste my time, that's not true. But Ventures is awesome, so make of that what you will. Thank you very much, Ventures. Hello? Really? Hang on. I'll think you properly in just a second, Ventures. I don't want to waste my time any more than I'm already doing here. That is not what I'm aiming at. So I've noticed the aiming on that tends to aim directly towards the boss's head, whatever the boss's head is. So, like, I'll be aiming in a direction, and then it'll just aim a little bit to the right. And I'm like, no, that's not where I'm aiming. I'm trying to hit the frickin' tail. Thank you very, very much, Venters. Much obliged, the sub, as always. Thank you. Now, you didn't tell me where you want me to put that, though, so that means death and destruction. Unless you want to rectify that little mistake. Oh, never mind, he did. Mega Man XD. I see it, I see it. I see it. Alright, no death and destruction. Look, in my defense, I'm spending a lot of attention on this, okay? Give me a break. So I'm already irritated about how much this is wasting my time. Like, I was actually pretty pleased with the pace we were keep making with this game. And then I ran into this boss. Wasting my time. Wasting my time. Wasting my time. Alright, there we go. See you around, Ventures. Enjoy the bike. Enjoy the air. Enjoy the rain. Back here. I'm gonna do this. Then he's gonna turn around completely. I'm sorry. What was that? Did you see what he just did? My tail's facing you. Whoop, and now it's my head. You thought you could hit me. You were wrong. Yeah, no, I hate this boss. Hey, Captain Zeus. Welcome to Bad Boss Design. It really is. All irritation aside, this is bad boss design. I don't have any proper method of avoidance other than blocking. I have no proper method of redirecting my aim quickly enough. The aim is broken, as I indicated earlier. Only parts of him are actually affected by it. You have to hit him multiple times by the thing that's hard to hit him. Then you have to hit him multiple times by the other thing that's hard to hit him with. And then he has huge invulnerability periods in between phases. This is the kind of boss that would probably be pretty neat, except for the invulnerability part, if the controls were much more responsive and tighter. Like, imagine for a moment if we had a sprint button, and this is on the PC, and it's a first-person shooter. I know that sounds like a weird thing, but my point is, being able to specifically aim at something like the tail, and rushing into position would suddenly not be an issue in that format. Right? Because they'd be like, whoosh, aim, and then poof. And for once, I'm not even bomb jumping here. I'm using the intended strat. Did I mention the attack that stuns him has ridiculously short range? And a cooldown. Every time you hear that, gah, 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 that's the cooldown button. Okay, so if we can get a hit in here. Maybe 2 hits. Come on, 2 hits. Nope, no 2 hits for me. Invulnerability stage, invul stage, invul stage. Everyone, it's the invul stage. Invul stage, invul stage, everyone. It's for Hugo gods, for Hugo gods, for Hugo gods. Okay, I just guessed that he'd go around me there. I was wrong. But, you know, it's worth a shot. Okay, here we go. No. Oh my god, game. You like how that missed because his tail swayed out of range? Like, you got that, right? Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and say it publicly, Alex. I don't mind. Like, it's a spoiler for me at this point. I don't even know what this boss is called. Okay, we're gonna make the audience really dizzy. Okay, we're gonna stop that now. Unlike this game, I don't hate my customers. Damn it, Shikor. Ah. One hit lore. He'll only hit you 1 hit at a time. It'll take him 10 years to kill you. Oh my god, where is he? Where is he? Okay, we're almost to the final phase. I need to be further away because this summons an enemy in front of me who then shoots an attack in front of him, so I need to be a ways away to hit him with this. Come on. No, of course not. That would just be too good. No, 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 no! God damn it! I'm just gonna go and do an invuln phase. Invuln phase, invuln phase, invuln phase, invuln phase, invuln phase. It's invuln phase. You're an invuln phase. He's an invuln phase. We're an invuln phase. Yeah, we gotta fight this guy a second time, by the way. As Keats. Now, so far, Keats has just been curb stomping all the bosses effortlessly, so we'll see if that trend continues. You. Oh, I hate this boss so much. I'm at the point of thinking of giving a negative just for this boss. This is actually really terrible. Like, legitimately terrible. Look at this. Look how fast he is. This is my maximum speed, what I'm doing right here. And invuln phase. Invuln phase. Invuln phase. Invuln phase. Invuln phase. Brigantia. Is that a thing from Folklore? Like, from real-life Folklore? The eel of ancient times, known as the Great Time Waster. See, I'm kind of trying to anticipate where he will be to hit him. I'm failing at it because I'm just guessing, but, you know, I'm trying. Then I'm getting hit by things to reduce the amount of time I have to hit him. And then he's swirling around to get his one weak spot out of range of me because he's a dick! Ah! Camera! Alright, you son of a submariner. Which I guess might be literal in this case. God, really? Hang on, let me slowly get in range of you. During your really brief invuln phase. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I have, Nerdman. What do you think of it? Are you freaking kidding me? Did you see what just happened? Yes, I did. And it's bullcrap. So what happened was I accidentally hit him with electric a second time, which does nothing when he's already stunned. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll switch to the actual attack. And in the time it took me to switch to the actual attack, his lightning phase wore out. So the actual attack did nothing. So here you go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this Celtic goddess can go to hell. The best part is after this, I get to do that minigame I hate. Then I get to do it all over again. Oh, you're bullcrap. You're amazingly bullcrap. How much health do you have? God. This is getting stupid. Look at this. He's still going. Still nothing. Like, I am doing damage. You can see the soul effects. So I am hitting him. It's just... he's got 7 trillion HP or something. See, that's a no damage. That's damage. You're right. You're right, Alex. I don't got this. I don't got this. Because this boss is stupid. I keep kind of tilting the camera up, or maybe I don't have to. Basically to make sure if his soul hits red, which one I can yank it out. I'm gonna win. Okay, could you do me a favor and look this up? This is getting into the realm of ridiculous. He cannot have this much HP. I've noticed I don't even have to shock him anymore. I can just hit him. His phases are getting longer too, I notice. Look, I can just hit him with regular attacks now. Look at this. Hey Gary, I don't have permission to say his name. Is What's His Face gonna be on tonight? This is... oh my god, he just went red. Oh. Right, he's blue. Well, I'm down for stuff one way or the other. Oh, it's just a question of if it's with PAX or you. What's your plan for the rest of the week? Let's ask that. On call. I just want to slug this kid. I don't have anything against him. I just hate him because I had to fight that boss to get to him. I am going to commit to that negative. That was an awful boss fight. Holy crap. How long was that? I don't even have context for how long that was. I don't have my timestamps up. Jesus. What was the name of that stupid thing? Fish dumb. Scrolling up here, because I know you said it earlier. You were looking it up. Brigantia, that was it, Brigantia. That boss, how bad was that boss? That boss was a negative by itself. That's how bad that boss is. Okay. Even after 17 years, there's someone who has not forgotten you. What? What? It's me, Dr. Lester. I'm dead now, though, so you know. Oh, worse, honestly, Baron. This was actually a worse boss than that. I was frightened to meet you. I'm very sorry. But for what? You did so much to help me. You didn't know this, but I failed to save Cecilia as well. I am the one who should be forgotten. But Cecilia's alive. Whoops, I hit back by accident. Sorry. That's my bad. What? But how? So what she said was true after all. ... How could this be? ... Yes, I see. ... Yes, of course. ... There is no mistake. ... I'm just poking fun at this point. I'm in a bad mood. That boss sucked. Give me a break. I gotta poke fun. I use ellipses all the time, too. The people who die normally do not end up here. Thank goodness Dr. Lester was able to go in peace. It's difficult for me knowing I caused Dr. Lester so much pain, but in the end Dr. Lester looked as serene as he could be. He was freed from the regrets of what happened in life. You won't be going into the swamp of oblivion. No, but top digging into the past. I'm beginning to piece things together. Who was that woman lured here? About the people who died at the old clinic. My roots are in this village. Please tell me what happened at the church. Here, let me give you 1/4% of the story. You can get the next 1/4% in the next chapter. Okay. Tape at the church. Got it. Get me the Frel out of here. Marashk Teteshkios Peskanas. Excellent work, dear Ellen. I knew our little messenger would come through for us. It's not like that. I did it for my own reasons. We hope that you will continue to assist us. I'm evil. Evil, 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 evil. Behold my evilness. They don't call me the Lord Fairy for nothing. You know what? I'm going to save before I do anything else. Screw that fight so hard. Anyways, I'm down for tonight, Gary. Sorry, I didn't actually answer you. And then, like, tomorrow I'll do something with PAX or whatever. And then... Why are they wearing bikinis? I just noticed these things are wearing bikinis. I mean, if the Luigi is on, I'm totes down. So, like, poke me, definitely, if the Luigi is available. Yeah, I'm thinking Fairy Lord's going to be one of those stab-in-the-face characters. With the bad stab, not the good stab. Which I need to ingrain in you guys. There's like the light-hearted stab. That's the Black Mage. That's just a little poke of fun. This person's a horrible person, they need to be stabbed stab is Frostmourne. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Frostmourne. Yeah, I keep doing this, Daerun, to try and change the camera. Like, just automatically. By the way, you can actually control the camera for certain sections of this game, so it's even more confusing. Okay. Got it. Ah! Into the choich. Or not? Alright. I swear I was supposed to go... Oh! Of course, adventure game logic. First I have to go talk to the woman, then go get the thing to show her. I should have known. What the heck is Grimmy Up supposed to be? Wait a minute, Bragwin. Are you a traitor? I knew it. The doctor's cassette tape is in a desk. Must be in the church. My husband's desk in there. It's been there for 17 years. By the way, I read something in passing which helps to explain. Apparently this festival event thing only happens like every 17 years or so. So they're back here. The reason all these people are back here and haven't been back here for so long is because it's the event. So they're like, all right, we're back. I'm telling you, this had to have been a PS2 game. There's no way it isn't. Or wasn't. That got pushed to the PS3. I felt hopeless when told of my condition, but Dr. Lester taught me of the preciousness of life. And the warmth of this village has thawed my icy outlook. Although my remaining time is little, I live each day to the fullest. I owe it to Dr. Lester and Cecilia to embrace what they have given me. This village is my home. Thank you, Dr. Lester. May you help many more as you have helped me. Dun dun dun. Oh, right. No, I super did not buy a PS3 when it came out. Gary bought a PS3. I didn't buy a PS3 until years later. Honestly, I didn't have a lot of reason to get a PS3. There were a few games that were interesting, but it wasn't nothing was worth a system seller for me. The PS3 you see right there, well, that I am using right now, is $100 for me, as a special sale at GameStop that I got specifically because of Gary. So thank you, Gary, for my PS3. So, yeah. She was saved after Herv died, but then villagers started dying. Cecilia fled the village with her mother, amongst the confusion. Also, Cecilia would be the same age we are. Huh. That's not indicative. So this is interesting. The game was announced at 2006's E3, developed by Game Republic, which... They went defunct, didn't they? Yeah. 8 years ago, Game Republic went defunct. There are 7 chapters, Buddy Budnick. But that's not true. There's 14 chapters, really. So, I am almost halfway through. Speaking of which, this chapter will be the halfway point. Apparently, this game was originally titled Monster Kingdom Unknown Realms and was intended as a companion piece to Monster Kingdom Jewel Summoner, which is a PSP game. However, Jewel Summoner was extremely financially depressed, leading to this game being retitled Folklore. However, the team that made Monster Kingdom would still assist in the development of this game, contributing monster designs. Numerous creatures which appear in Folklore would later appear in Gaia's future game, Coded Soul. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, to answer the PS3 thing, like even to this day, my PS3 library is not big. And the PS3 is done and gone, and I still don't have a lot of games for it. That's why it was only worth $100 to me. It's just the wiki, Alex. I didn't look deeper because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. The fairy is back. Someone told me to give you this message. In all caps and pink text. Fairy in the village? Is this some kind of prank? It's no such thing, I assure you. He really likes to have his mouth open, doesn't he? Who could that be? I really don't have time to... Oh no. It's her. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I can think of two things that I really like on PS3. "3D Dot Game Heroes," which is an awesome game, and you should totally play it if it ever comes out on PC or Switch, and the Uncharted series. I'm sure there's something else, but that's all that comes to mind immediately. Like the FF series, we had FF13, 13.2, and 13.3. No. Also available on PC now, but even at the day, that's not a system seller. Kingdom Hearts skipped the PS3, so that's not a thing. God of War 3, I think, was on the PS3, so I'll give you that. God of War 3 was fun. I've only played it like 1.5 times, even to this day. Oops, too far. What else? Dr. Lester is out? Mr. Keats, was it? Please, could you find my husband? I can't find him anywhere. He's totally dead. Yeah. I wasn't even aware of the Yakuza series at that point in history. But yeah, there's something on the Yakuza on it, or was. That sounds hysterical, Bobby Budnick. You should talk to this NPC. What a pathetic thing to say. See you around, Dakota. Have a good night. Oh god, Two Worlds 2. I mean, at least Two Worlds 2 is better than Two Worlds, right? Not that that's hard to accomplish, but it's something. It's the Phantom Hag.
Who is it?
Oh my god. Ooh, right in the stomach.
Who indeed? Time for the mystery guest to make an entrance.
What? Okay, this is totally Metal Gear at this point. That's not even human speech patterns at that point. It's time for a mystery guest star to make his entrance upon seeing a dead body that you just saw get stabbed. What? So anyways, we've kind of seen this part, so... Skippity skippity skip skip, skip skippity skippity skip, skip 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 skip, skippity skip, skip skip skip. Oh, okay, there we go. You don't know. She reminded my husband of Cecilia, and he was muttering Cecilia's name. Cecilia? She was friends with her, but she's been dead for 17 years. Can't take much more of this. I'm sorry. I think I'm done for today. Yes, of course. Now, there's an interesting question. Didn't Kingdoms of Amalur come out on PC at the same time? I could be wrong about that. I know Dark Souls wasn't ported till later. No, I've already seen that cutscene, Darren. On her side. I am reading at my pace at this point, though, because, yeah. To the walkthrough. That's not the walk. Where's the walkthrough? To the walkthrough. Um, how's the story? So far, it's silly ridiculous, which is probably my favorite part about it. It's very cheesy. I'm supposed to go to a place called Cromlech. Where the hell is Cromlech? But that's not, this is probably not Cromlech. Or is that the name of the henge? Okay, we're gonna leave here now. Let's assume it's the henge, because I mean, that would make a degree of sense. Oh. Okay, so this irritates me. I'm going to go ahead and admit to that. So it just happened, in case you missed it, as I talked to her and he says, man, I'm tired. I'm going to take a rest. And there's an option to just skip straight to the rest. So I said, yes, skip straight to the rest. Okay. Then he wakes up and then it's morning time. The next step in the story is to rest until nighttime. Yeah, that's why I didn't understand what that step meant on the walkthrough. Sleepwalking? I'm as bad as Ellen. Speak of the devil. Like, I'm not giving a negative for that, but that's actually kind of ridiculous. Okay, it's time to go to rest. Now it's time to rest. And then the plot proceeds. Immediately after each other. I guess we could just literally skip this. It's medical records for a boy named Herv. Let's see what the dead have to say to me. Whoops. A little too fast. Flowers were honor. Okay, so you ready to fight that boss again? Cause I'm not. Okay, so I need Auguski Aguma. And Exedra. And Gargantua. Hello, Kohei. So I need Auguski, Oguma, Excedra, and Gargantua. And I have one of those. What the? Oh. Voice acting more than meets the eye.
These people envisioned the netherworld far across the sacred seas. I can certainly understand why.
Jesus Christ, his dialogue is hilarious. That's not even a complaint. There's a rune in the ground. Clearly these people once envisioned a netherworld across the seas. What? I think at this point I should officially give it a story plus. I really should. I've been enjoying the cheese all the way up until now. So even if it goes downhill later, this is still half the game of delicious, scrumptious cheese. So, there. Story plus. This is the undersea city. Forgotten by man, its fate is to crumble. Blah, 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 blah. We know all this. Okay, so I'm gonna need Gargantua. Do I have any of the other things that it mentioned? Oh, Ogma was one of those. Oh, that's to... Yeah. I don't think I have Auguski, though. Yeah, I don't. Alright, let's hope this is a little more bearable on him. Aren't you Herf? Yes, I am. Who are you? I'm a reporter. Really? I know that magazine. I used to read them all the time. Did you? Well, you have good taste, son. So what are you up to? I'm going to the Swamp of Oblivion. That way my entire existence can be forgotten. You know, if you'd just talk to me, I might be able to sort this out. Nah, it's okay. It's because of people like you that I have to disappear. Goodbye. Thoughtful kid. He even just vanished out of thin air. Did you see that? That's impressive. Oh, hang on. We have the wrong guy equipped. Why do they have bikinis? Alex has been inspired to play the game again. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. Shame this never got ported up. No. No. Why does it do that? Explain the plot in 1 second. two people are by coincidence in a town that is infested with connections to the Netherworld, and they are both using it to try and find out more about one of their pasts. I mean, if you want me to do a joking version, I can. I was going for a serious one. Come on. That's a good question, Sonic Doctor. We don't do anything combat-wise or whatever in the real world, so I have no idea. I'm just poking fun, Alex. Mostly at the people who insist I'm overly negative about everything and don't actually enjoy video games anymore. So clearly, if you want to replay this game, then obviously I'm doing something wrong, right? Oh yeah, don't worry. Elden Ring will definitely get a lot of my hate. Is that going to come out on PC, by the way? Do we even know yet? Oh, thank God. As long as I can cheat, I'm a happy man. But I'm already doing that. Do I just keep doing it? What am I missing here? Someone said something once that really stuck with me. If you only enjoy a game because of nostalgia, is that a bad thing? Actually... There we go. Yep, destroy is correct. I agree, by the way. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. The only thing that bothers me is when someone insists that something is perfect because of nostalgia. In short, when you have the blinders on. I've had people say to me, "Oh, you're just an idiot, Lore, for not enjoying such and such." Conversely, the other thing that pisses me off is when someone says, "You only enjoy something because of such and such." and they do so as an insult. You know, it's intended to belittle your feelings and opinion on the work. Ooh, I got a new barrier. I think. Yep. Barrier. Oh my god, it's a mobile barrier. Leaf shield. As I've said many times, I just don't have nostalgia the way most people do. Or at least I say most people think they do. How I think most people do, because like I said, I don't fully understand it. I have audio nostalgia. I've talked about that. Certain sounds will just, you know. But not much else. Okay, so I don't have an Auguski still. Or an Exedra. So I think I need to explore a little bit to find more. You're right, Shikor. I apologize for saying something so incredibly controversial in today's environment. I know that several people don't understand the concept. But yeah, that's part of why I do these reviews the way I do, Alex. In fact, that's a huge reason why I do. I don't think I do, Sonic Doctor. Like, I can't think of any examples of that off the top of my head. So that's a Drakuru, which is not what I need. I should probably stop equipping the Gargantutron here, but whatever. Alex, do you got a moment to look something up for me, please? Is that the band? That is totally the neighbors. Jesus Christ. I need to win that frickin' lottery. Alright, so I want you to do me a favor and look up Exedra and Auguski. That would be EXEDRA and AUGHISKY. I do not appear to have those, and the thing says I need them for the boss, so... yeah. Not sure which realm they're in. But I don't have them regardless, so... I'm gonna push forward to the next save point at least. This is the wrong way, isn't it? This is totally the wrong way. Now, that's not a lawnmower. That's just... people. he just said Excedra's up above. So, that's coming up. It's probably another mini-boss. The king of this land was enveloped by the folklore. Yeah, the folklore stuff is nice, but tell me about the Swamp of Oblivion. What? The memory of blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Then you're wrong, Nakamikado. Fairy Lord, please forgive me. I must save her. So she does go to the swamp. And I, of course, go the other way. That's kind of what I figured. So that's the second time now. The choice you make the first time determines the choice you make the second time. Who knows? Maybe we won't even fight the same boss again. That'd be nice. Of course, Sonic. Don't you talk underwater all the time? I mean, I do. How about you? I actually used to enjoy gardening. Yeah, I know. No, the great threat of my streams is the next door neighbors. Speaking of which, we're just gonna mute ourselves here. Yes, I have neighbors. They play music loudly. The end. That's all there is to it. Is it good music? No. Why would it be good? In fairness, all I can hear is the bass line of the drum beat. But still. This is a case of wall sharing, Nakamikado. Not a lot I can do about it. I've actually looked into some soundproofing on my end. The problem is, I'm pretty sure the soundproofing that exists is the only reason it is as quiet as it is, if you know what I mean. Yeah, trumpet, Baron. Because like I said, what I'm hearing is the bass and the drum. That's proofing a wall with the limitations of an apartment is not going to get rid of that problem. Well, there's the August key. Yeah, that's why my next overall life goal is to afford a place of my own, Myron. In fact, I already have a place picked out. I know exactly how much it'll cost. Roughly double what I'm paying right now. It's a little under double, but, you know, not by much. It is a legitimately nice place. It is, in fact, everything I could want out of a place. It is quiet. It does not have any bug problems, which is important to me. I need to be comfortable where I live. It has access to nearby stuff. It has access to decent internet. It's got its own private area. It's got plenty of room, so I could set up a studio separate from my room. And I could set up an exercise room, and I could have a guest bedroom for when people want to visit. My mom wants to visit me this year, and my initial response was no. And she's like, why? And I'm like, Mom, I have nowhere to put you. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. I don't even have a second chair in my room, or in my home. So she still wants to visit for some reason. So she gets to stay in a hotel, and it's like... So yeah. I have many requirements, and the place I'm looking at fits all of them. The only downside is the price, like I said. And I guess that's just how that is, you know? Although I have talked before about how I philosophically think that the real estate industry is basically wrong. And overpriced, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know what to do about this guy. Like, he only comes down periodically, and when he does so, he hits me. Let's try this. And we're dead. The walkthrough I'm using literally doesn't say anything about this. It just says you can get the Exeter ID here. Or id. Okay. How do I defeat him? Whatever. Jeez, Myron. Well, we've got several Kohei, specifically so it's easy for people to remember. There's review, there's rating, there's ratings. I think we have positives and negatives are both an option as well, I think. Yeah, this mini-boss sucks. Yeah, I figured it out, although it took a death. Last time I just tried random things. I didn't realize I had to basically be at point-blank range to hit with the artillery. Not really, Daerun. I have quit a few premiere runs before. To my shame. We quit Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We quit... I don't remember the name of the game. This other game. We quit... Dancing Saga 2. I think that's it. Too much HP? There is no such thing. Well, I do hope you managed to save up... Well, let me rephrase that actually a little bit better, Myron. I hope you manage a more stable income so you can comfortably live the way you want to. Because we all really have that right, in my opinion. Everyone agrees with that opinion, because that's life, but, you know, whatever, as they say. Yeah, we pushed through Andromeda, we pushed through Anthem, we beat Anthem. Although, in fairness, if I didn't get help from Eric, I would not have beaten Anthem. This is taking so long. I know, right, Alex? It's like, come on. Anthem almost did beat me. It was a near thing. Oh, finally. Stop. Of course it's the irritating one. Especially when I'm already kind of busy. And trying to mute that because I can hear the drum beat. Ugh. Twitch. Bastard. Well, if they regen, that would explain a lot, Kohei. That's bullcrap, but it would explain a lot. It would be nice if we could see that. Everything in the world is faded to... blah, 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 blah. The netherworld is here for the benefit of the living. Bit different from how the fairies think. I suppose things don't always go as planned, here and in the netherworld. The netherworld core. I can't wait to find out what kind of place that is. The Folklore lives in the Forgotten Palace. Please be careful. Okay. Alright, guys. What do you want to bet? Is it going to be worse or better? Honest question. Do you think it's going to be worse or better than the last time we fought this guy? Tron. Yes, they both play differently and they get different abilities too. I guess that's me being redundant, sorry. Pro gamer at work here. I think we're down to head phase. Yeah, we're at head phase. Deja vu, Alex. No question. Seriously, no question. A strange phenomenon and doodly 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 doodly. Hello, thank you. I'm here for the Institute of blah 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 with Deja Vu. I have to be on the other side. Really? I'll admit, I actually only care for maybe about half of Python's humor, maybe even less than half. Like, if we took their movies, I only like one of their movies. And even that movie is still a hit or miss for me. Holy Grail, Alex. This is probably my favorite of the three so far, by the way. Yeah, I think that was better. Nah, Meaning of Life. I'm sure there's a joke in there that I find funny, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. And I actively didn't care for Life of Brian. Herv. Change of heart? Yes, I'm not going to the swamp. I see. I just didn't want the doctor to suffer, but things are settled now. Yes, all for the better. Why should you care? I sent Ellen instead. Hmm? What happened between you and the doctor? Nothing. He was killed. There must be a reason. Dr. Lester wasn't scared of my condition. He stayed with me till the end, nothing more. Keats, I have a favor to ask. Dr. Lester wrote a will. Make sure Mrs. Lester does see it. Why not tell Ellen? I don't wish to involve her any further. Please, if anything happens to Ellen, you must help her. I downed the folklore. That makes 3 now. You know, I like how the stories coincide, but the only thing that doesn't actually make sense is the fact that we have to fight the folklore twice. Like, explain that in lore. Or do they? I guess is a better question. Do they explain that in lore? Ellen chased after the boy, as I expected. I can ask her about it in the real world. That's why I wanted to keep on searching, but seems I was on the wrong track. From here on, you need to watch yourself. Why me? That's not it. He's probably upset because he isn't able to manipulate you like he can his subjects. The Fairy Lord is wary of humans other than Ellen reaching the Netherworld core. But I'm a mischievous sort, and when I hear things that I like, I get interested. So they never explained the double bosses. Alright, whatever. It's a shame, because, like, by all other accounts, both stories are happening. Oh, well. Oh my god! It was his sled. Is it sad that I almost ignore the game when I'm doing these sections and I just watch the minimap? Like, I just stare at the minimap and use that to navigate. I do that in a lot of games like this. Yeah, the PS2 era games. Well, it's a good way to see exactly what is interactable and what isn't, where you can go and where you can't. It's all indicated by the minimap. See, I know I can go through this door because the minimap told me. The doctor really did have a will. 17 years. No, I'm kidding. He considered suicide, but was soon killed. Dear Teresa, 17 years ago I set off a chain of events that caused much misery. I am certain the deaths are related. Latest deaths are related. I cannot bear the weight and will take my own life. I am sorry for the pain I have caused you. Thank you for not once assailing my silence. With all my love, Roger. He caused the deaths of all those villagers. Oh my god. But how? How? Medical mishap? Or Moida? And who killed him? Another good example of the ridiculous cheese factor is the pace of this game's story is kind of crap. It like lurches forward in weird spurts, and it's constantly pulling the "I've got something to tell you." Fade to black. You don't understand. There's no time. I have to explain. Fade to black. It pulls that constantly. But that's a lot more tolerable if it's going for the kitsch factor, you know? I mean, Futurama, right? When you hear this horrible secret, you will know the dark truth of my being. So, now that that's done, to reiterate my terrible and dark secret... Anyways, here on Nakamigata. Why? But I'm alive. What's this letter for? She's super dead. I feel like the secret to my past is in the thing. I must find Harriet. To Harriet. Could you tell me about Cecilia? Cecilia made a fairy prayer. Legend has it whoever prays at the henge for 9 days will have their wish granted. 9 days, damn. That's it? That's all it takes? This girl was special. She could see fairies. And you think you tried to ask Cecilia about something? Yes, I tried to find out what she saw beneath the henge. What do you think was there? Fairies that grant wishes. Do you believe in them? There's nothing of the sort beneath the henge. Who would be so naive to think that fairies have nothing better to do than grant wishes? You are quite right. I do not believe in such a thing. Not anymore, at least. But at the time, I felt differently. I was an actress until the accident. I got my dream, but I could not forget the excitement of my former life. Ah, this is about Cecilia. She suffered an injury beneath the henge. She was brought to Dr. Lester. The injury should have taken her life, but Cecilia survived. Why did Cecilia suffer that injury, and why did Herv die? Eventually, I will answer these questions. But please wait a little longer. I'll tell Keats, the maggot's writer. It takes an outsider to tie the story together sensibly. What's wrong with telling me? Well, you're not an outsider. You ought to know that. The more tragedies will occur at the henge, like they did to me, you, and that O'Connell who came to the village recently. Was he affected as well? Why don't you ask him for yourself? Okay. You could just tell me to my face, since I'm right here. Oh, wow, Kohei, that's... I don't know what to say to that. Where am I going? This is not O'Connell's place. Where's O'Connell's place? O'Connell! Who the hell is O'Connell? That's the... what's-your-face? That's Lester's. What's this one? That's Suzette. That's where what's-her-face is. Where the hell's O'Connell? See, the worst I ever got, Kohei, was my grandmother bought me... Oh, maybe this is O'Connell. Aha! My grandmother bought me Burger Time for Christmas one year, or maybe it was for my birthday. I think it was for my birthday. What do you need? I have things to do. Are you looking for the henge? And yes, I am. Oh, you're the woman. What are you doing? Are you going to help me look what I'm looking for? Do you know anything about the henge other than useless village folklore? On the day of... I had a strange experience beneath the henge. Beneath the henge? You went under? Yeah, I heard at the entrance only opens on the night of... I'm looking for a fellow scholar who disappeared. Her name is Lucy. I called her Lulu for short, though. How does Lucy shorten to Lulu? Someone explain that one to me. She left to explore the ruins and has not been seen for a week. She must be somewhere in the village. The car I lent her still here. Was she praying for the fairies? That's right. She's doing research on folk mythology. That's why she went beneath the henge. Wait, I know. There's a why to find out. Do you have anything she left behind? Yeah, the medallion. Acquired medallion. Thanks, peace. Could you have a look at this? The documents left behind by Lulu. This shows the door. The crest forbids entry by all except spirit medium. Spirit medium. This is the door deep within the cloak chamber. Was Lulu trying to go beneath the henge? Didn't we already establish that, like 3 sentences ago? Probably, Alex. Oh, right. Keep forgetting I have to hit B in order to exit out of those. So. Nighttime is the right time. No, you're not that mad about them making you kill your father, huh? It was the only way to save him. I was unable to return your car. No. Dying thoughts. I couldn't return the car to Enterprise. Ugh. I do like how they just warp us to things. That's not a joke. I do like that. You wouldn't even believe this was made by several of the people who made Resident Evil. Look, I like the Resident Evil series well enough, but that game, backtracking.
If only she hadn't come to this village, she wouldn't have lost her life.
Why is it always the lighthouse? Notice how there's like no hesitation anymore. Just let's go. Oh, this place looks horrifying. And pretty gross. You have certainly come far. What is this place? This is the Endless Corridor. It represents the eternal anguish of those who lost their belief in an afterlife. Incidentally, it was created by inhabitants of the modern world. Once people envisioned a paradise that was attainable after death, this concept gave birth to the fairy realm, and indeed to the creation of ourselves. Now have a good look at this place. Is this anything even remotely reassuring about an afterlife that looks like this? For the sake of both the netherworld and the realm of the living, this twisted reality must be corrected. Where's the folklore? The Endless Corridor is Levaine's territory. Only she would know. Levaine? Wasn't she in the other city? That's correct. She is responsible for tainting the netherworld. You must fight Levaine, and that man Keats as well. Yeah, sure, buddy. Keep preaching, buddy. Beyond this point, it's not just any old maze, but don't worry, someone knows a shortcut. The hint is a clock. The Keeper of Time knows the way out. Okay, thanks. This is a lovely place. Really. Why would you do it on purpose, though? Oh god, Alex. No, no, no. Man, this place is already pretty gross. There's a lot of faces all over the place. And, like, fingernails and gross stuff. Map? There's no map. I mean, V was fun to play as. I wonder how bad this maze actually is. Like, can you just right wall this place? I don't know if I believe you, Alex. Like, this guy probably sucks. Look at that. Total suckage. Let's see. There you are. Seriously though, if there's a straight upgrade to this, I'd be down for that. Okay. Not sure why that did a fade of black, but whatever. That's strange. Why'd I come in here? can't absorb for the kill requirement. That'd explain why I haven't gotten any of the kill requirements yet. What if that means I just have to get the killing blow with it? Let's find out. It does. What do you know? You know what? Hang on. Let's back out a little bit here. We're probably not going to finish this chapter, or this half of a chapter today, just as a heads up. Good morning, Oregano. What is up? There we go. Let's go get the other upgrade. Yeah, that's what I hate about waking up too early on Argona. Personally. I like Keith's method a lot better, personally, Kohei. Just, you know, preference. Three more. We can move on. Oh, I get it, Alex. So I'm just stupid. But I do have to say, this part kind of sucks here. Just having to wait for fairly extended periods of time to regen up. It's also worth noting, she doesn't regen while using, so she also has to stop in order to regen. Now, if she regened constantly, that would actually level it out a lot better. I'm just using directions at this point if it's not obvious. I mean, it's a neat idea, it's just, I hate waggle mechanics. Why here? No! Hey, sweetie, where have you been? It's about time we exchange numbers. Get some digits. No. Well, I'll just tell you mine. 065. Has a woman named Lulu been here? What? Lulu? Nope, can't seem to find anyone named Lulu. Which means maybe she's still in your world? Is she alive? But I heard her voice. Maybe she seeks help. Thanks for the tip. Hey, wait, don't you want my number? No. I'm not into deer heads, thanks. Oh, hey, it's Darig, whatever. What are you doing here? I'm a Half-Life. I can jump between worlds as freely as a bird in flight. Now, just where do you think El Lulu is? What is the place in the village no one dares go? Beneath the henge, but there wasn't anyone down there. There's a way to open the dolmen, but I don't know what it is. Only Levane can tell you. Why Levane? I don't know. Well, okay. It's time to find Levane. The room this way contains a contraption. A folk is the key. Find a flying book folk and absorb that first. Apparently I could get the Cloak of Twilight if I defeat the Habtrot 2 more times. So 3 times total. Do I care? What do you think, guys? Do I care? I'm not sure I do. I'll let you decide, Alex. But decide quick. There's no save around here. I just realized that. Well, we lost Alex. Screw it. Fine. God day. God dang it. Someone, to be fair, look at what Habtrot here is weak to. Like, if anything. Kind of in a hurry here. Oh, come on. I guess this explains why he wastes your time. Is it here? Yeah. Interrupted. Knew that was coming too. Yeah, no kidding, Kohei. Wasting your time. There. Almost didn't make that in time. But we did. Woo. We got a book page. Now we gotta do it again. So, do I have Pori or Ouvra? I mean, that makes sense given how time is precious in real life. Yeah, do I have less time this time? No pun intended. I'm gonna fail this one. Hard. There's no way. That was for you, Alex. I don't know if you care. Ow. But I did it. Can't even put on the clothes yet because I still need the stupid save point. Right, that's why I had him equipped. At this point, basically, as soon as we hit a save, I'm probably going to cut off for the night. Unless the boss is, like, really easy. I don't know. I'm scared after the last boss. I mean... Fine, fine. I'll consider your question. But only because you're awesome, Disco. I have gotten 100% on many games. What? Oh, never mind. I don't actually have to fight him this time. We're cool, we're cool. But I usually don't bother with the stated achievements, because I usually come up with my own definitions for 100%ing. That being said, the first game I ever 100%ed... That's a tough definition. Holy crap. After all, I've done that for several games since the NES era. I suppose the first game I remember putting decisive effort into 100%ing would be Final Fantasy IV. It looks like we got a little bit before we even get to the boss. So, let's go ahead and pause here, I'm thinking. I mean, I didn't even take a nap today, you know? So, tomorrow we will finish chapter 4.1, and hopefully 4.2 and many other things. I hope you guys have enjoyed, despite the weird score we got going on. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.